What's up, guys? We're out here at Brays Bayou, a spot I've never been to before, and today we're going to be using a cage feeder. Now, the theory behind a cage feeder is very simple. Basically, it's got a weight and a cage, and what you're going to do is you're going to pack your ground bait in there. It's going to sink to the bottom. That weight is going to roll it over proper like this, and it's just sliding up and down on the line. I've got a quick link here, and then about a foot down, very small hook. I've just got 6-pound line. So the idea is we're going to put our ground bait, pack it inside this feeder. That will draw the fish in, and then as they come in, the first piece of free bait they encounter will be on the hook. So let's get some ground bait in here. Just get our usual today: bread, oatmeal, lard, and corn. And by the way, when you mix lard and oatmeal together, it smells amazing. It smells like breakfast time. All right. Now, I don't want to pack this in here very tight for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want it to kind of free flow out. I want these oats to kind of come out pretty easily. Number two, this bait, having the lard in it and the corn, is going to be very sticky already. So if I pack it in too tight, it'll just never come out. It'll just solidify in there. There we go. I'll leave the loose ends on to kind of flake away. That looks pretty good. This lard is going to put a great scent trail in the water. And I can see fish everywhere. There's fish all over the place. Most of them are mullet, but the point is, even if they are mullet, which are probably not going to take this hook bait, it's a very healthy environment. I mean, it's a city waterway. The water's not going to be very clean. There's probably a lot of garbage in it, but there's enough food here for the fish to feel like this is a place they're going to hang out for a while. So let's get this in the water, see if we can't catch one of them. So if you guys look out behind me going down this way, almost all of the disturbance you see on top of the water, that's fish. They're all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this right about there. Just got on, yes, fish moving over there too. Got on just a ball of bread for bait with the hook tip exposed. Make sure my drag is set the way I want it, not too tight, not too loose. Perfect. And the good thing about these cage feeders is that the weights on them, on the bottom, they're flat. So with this current, which is surprisingly strong, if you've had a chance to come out and fish Brays Bayou, the current is actually really strong. It's actually going to sit down on the concrete base very, very well. It's not going to roll downstream. Fish on. Catfish. Pretty one though. Let me turn you guys so you can see them in the light. There you go, little channel catfish. I like these spots that they have. You see those spots on them? Pretty cool. But yeah, I think we caught that on camera. So the feeder, which still has a lot of the bait still in there, so I might not pack it in quite as tight, drew the fish in. The fish picked up the bait, felt the resistance, bolted off. Luckily I had the spool set open. I did that on purpose because I knew that's how we were fishing. And pretty nice fish to show for it. Really lovely golden colors on this guy. Pretty cool. I'm gonna go put him back and we'll get that bait back out there. What's really cool to me is just no matter what fish I pull out of here, whether it's a carp or one of those Plecos catfish or a native species like that one, even tilapia, it's shocking to me how they all just blend in perfectly. The moment you see them in the water, you realize like they are so well camouflaged. They might have been right in front of you the whole time, you never would have noticed. But anyway, First fish on the cage feeder. Let's get it back out. All right, second fish on. This one's bigger. Really digging for the channel in the center. All right, he's coming in now. Nice carp. There, oh. Trying to get you guys straight. I turned the camera on in such a hurry. There we go. It's a big Asian grass carp. All right, let me get the net. This is a good fish. Nope, not quite. Here, buddy. In the net. Still got a lot of fight in him. He's in the net. All right, now it's time to get the hook out and show him to you guys. Here we go. He straightened out the hook actually and threw it while he was in the net. I'm really glad I netted him when I did. It's a decent sized fish. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Asian grass carp, really pretty fish. Really pretty fish. They look like giant mullet basically. And is an invasive species, but man, are they pretty. In fact, that last sentence, man, are they pretty, is the reason that a lot of fish are invasive, whether they came in through the pet trade, or somebody said, man, are they tasty, and they came in through the food trade. This is a result. This is a result, and we got him using the cage feeder. There we go. Look at that, cage feeder 101. Get good fish. All right, let's put this guy back. Yes, I am gonna put him back because there's a billion more right next to me. Killing this one animal isn't gonna do anything, and I don't come out here knowing that I'm gonna catch one of these fish, thinking to myself I'm gonna kill it on camera or off camera. So this one is going back today. Starting to get really warm outside. I'm glad we got out here kind of early, got those first couple of fish, especially that second one was just great. Yeah, the method, not method feeder, but the cage feeders. Let me show you a little bit more about this. I got these for about 95 cents each. They are very, very cheap and very, very simple. So what you've got, some slack here on my line. What you've got is basically a flat weight right here, this flat lead. This one is 25 grams. Flat lead here, and you can see it's got the thicker molds on the end, so it'll sit like this. And then you've got this roll top feeder system that you can pack your bait into, and it comes with a swivel pre-attached. Of course, you could use like a quick link or a little snap swivel on there if you like. And I like to just free line it up and down on the line. There's no reason to put a stop on it. I guess you could, but you know, I prefer to see the line all the way up to my reel being affected by the fish. I mean, there is some, I guess, a method if you wanted to put a stop there. You got kind of a bolt rig going, but for this particular instance, I wanted to see the line move all the way up by the reel, so I just let it slide through. But yeah, really neat. And what the cool thing is here, I'm fishing in water that's maybe a foot deep. But if you were to cast this into deeper water, you know, even if this thing lands upside down and starts going through a strong current, that weight is going to turn it so that it sinks the proper way and sits on the bottom just like this. I mean, if you throw this into a raging river, it's not going to settle. But, you know, even a current like Brays Bayou, which I've described as being pretty strong, and it is, held bottom quite nicely and did the job. So as the particles kind of drift out of here with the current, your bait is going to be sitting behind it, you know, however long you make your trace, in my case about a foot. So the fish are coming up to the feeder to get this food, and they're going to encounter your hook bait right before they get there, and that's probably going to be the first thing they pick up. Or if you've got kind of a bait cloud, or maybe there's not such a strong current that could be coming from any direction, you know, as they investigate, as they try to pick the parts of the bait out of this feeder, they're going to end up finding your hook bait, and you get fish. It really, really works. Very, very cheap. You could probably make this yourself. I'm willing to bet if you just YouTube how to make a cage feeder, you could probably find a dozen videos on that. But wonderful piece of kit for 95 cents. I like fishing cheap. You don't have to go expensive to go home happy, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now.